In the news tonight, government expanding its polyclinic network as it focuses on reducing the number of NCD cases. Some concerned citizens want the reggae show featuring Vybz Kartel stopped. And in sports, Barbados battling for second position as the Harpy Eagles wrap up the 4-day championship.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom with CBC NewsNight. In our top story tonight, government is expanding its efforts into building the polyclinic network across the island. Focusing on primary health care is one of the strategic moves in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and that's using to reduce the number of Barbadians being diagnosed with and dying as a result of non-communicable diseases. Minister Davidson Ishmael spoke about the importance of the strategic move at the official opening of Triad Health Facility at Lodge Hill in St. Michael. Anesta Henry has that story.
8 out of 10 people in Barbados die as a result of non-communicable diseases. This is why government is ramping up its efforts to ensure Barbadians receive quality, comprehensive health care. Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Davidson Ishmael, says the ministry's focus on strengthening the polyclinic network is a vital injection into the healthcare system.
We are at this point in time expanding our efforts into building up our polyclinics. We have 9 of them across the island. I think that was probably one of the single greatest moves that we made many, many years ago to provide outside of the tertiary institution of the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, to provide almost community-based centers where persons can readily walk in, catch a van, one bus or whatever, and they can walk right into a polyclinic and they can get a wide range of services delivered to them right at their doorstep almost. And we're expanding our investment into those facilities so that primary healthcare can become the more central focus when it comes to our delivery of healthcare in Barbados.
And Minister Ishmael says while the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, the island's main tertiary healthcare facility, is often criticized for various reasons, its valuable contribution to preserving and saving lives must not be underestimated. Minister Ishmael says it is time Barbadians value the significant role the QEH plays in society.
There's a lot more good that takes place at the QEH than bad. You cannot have an institution with 2,500 employees, with a multitude of services, with thousands of people passing through every week, and not have some bad incidents that take place along the way. It's near impossible. We're not living in utopia. So you're going to have some negative. But unfortunately, it's the negative that gets most of the attention. But there's so many people who go in and come out with excellent outcomes, with tremendous service being delivered. And we don't hear enough about that.
Director of Triad Health, Dr. Sean Berlin, says the multi-specialty facility designed to treat patients in a seamless way across specialties is easily accessible and convenient.
Our vision was to offer a turnkey professional space for physicians who needed flexibility and freedom from the administrative burdens and high overheads. So at Triad Health, we currently offer general pediatrics, we offer care in allergies, we offer dermatologic services, general practice, ENT, and possibly very soon oncology services.
Minister Ishmael says the ministry supports the presence of yet another healthcare facility in the heart of the community with a focus on primary health care. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
A group of concerned citizens wants the highly anticipated concert featuring Jamaican dancehall icon Vybz Kartel, scheduled to be held on Easter Sunday, cancelled. They're arguing the concert is not appropriate to be held on one of the most sacred and significant days on the Christian calendar. The group says allowing it to proceed would be disrespectful to the church and has the potential to further encourage the negative behaviors rampant among the youth. To openly show their opposition, members of churches and advocacy groups took part in a protest march titled "Access Denied, Shouldn't Cost Lives, Say No to the Vybz Kartel Show, We March for Life, Not Lyrics of Violence." Senior pastor of Mount Zion's Missions, Reverend Dr. Lucille Beard, was among those who marched from Independence Square to Massey Car Park in Fontebelle. Dr. Beard tells CBC News the concert has no right being held in Barbados during the Easter period. While efforts to reach those involved in hosting the show were fruitless. Up to news time. Young Barbadians are getting a second chance to obtain an education. It's coming through a collaboration between the Drug Education Counseling Services, the One Family Program, and the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust. Chairman and Director of the Drug Education Counseling Services, Roger Husband, says some 600 people are getting a second chance.
So far, out of this program, we have youngsters who own their own barbering salon, hair salon. We have a young man, if you go on our Facebook page, who's told his whole entire mother's bedroom, and he's only 14 years old. And so we've had youngsters who've gone to do work at electrical companies. So we have some of the most top teachers in Barbados, and those are teachers who not necessarily teach in school, but they have their own businesses and given their own time to come and help young people to succeed in life.
Well, those in the program have also done well at CXE.
We can boast of having the lowest grade 3 for youngsters who've gone through this program. The lowest grade we've heard so far is grade 3. So that is one of the big plus. And those teachers are also teaching the secondary school system. And so we're very proud of it. We also have, and we're right now here in our computer lab, which is again compliments of the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust, Sadricor, who donated all of the computers that you see here, and the computers who also give us the peripherals that you see, like the mouse and the keyboards and stuff like that, to make this computer lab a one fit for everybody. So they learn things like graphic designs, computer courses, so they could go out and become entrepreneurs in their own right.
In his address, Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs with responsibility for crime prevention, Kirk Humphrey, said many of the One Family's program's clients will benefit from the new partnership between the Drug Education and Counseling Services and the Sandy Lane Charitable Trust.
We're beginning with, I think, 309 of our clients. We have 141 who will be doing CXCs, and that's a 9-month course. We have 149 who will be doing skills program. That's about 3 months. And then we have 29 who will be pursuing remedial courses, and that will be about 6 months. And that work would allow our clients then to have the capacity to make a vital contribution to Barbados, and that's all we want.
Well, coming up, plenty of activity in St. Joseph today for regathering. We'll tell you all about it after this break. Overcast skies did little to dampen the spirit as regathering went into its 12th day in St. Joseph. At the Soup Bowl in Bathsheba, surfers of all ages battled the might of the Atlantic in a surfing demonstration, while the Archives Department and the Barbados Tourism Investment Incorporated joined cueing the community for a diversified cavalcade of fun, frolic and education at the Grantley Adams Memorial Secondary School at Blackmans. A CBC team of cameraman Patrick Murray and Trevor Thorpe followed the action.
St. Joseph was turned into a hive of activity from the crack of dawn as senior and junior surfers tried to get the better of the conditions under cloudy skies. Activities coordinator and past president of the Barbados Surfing Association, Nicholas Donovan, says he's impressed with the skill and quality of the surfers and lauded the organizers for the initiative. He said a development program is needed. He says such a program would help to return the sport to its glory days.
But I think this is what we need. I think we really need to build community spirits. And this is what I see Gatherin as. Even though we might be here from Bathsheba and we want to support the St. Joseph initiative, I think we need to spread out and support every parish initiative whenever the next Gathering is.
As the day got older, the action picked up to the west of the Soup Bowl at the Grantley Adams Memorial School. And reconnecting with the past and getting to know your roots was how Jennifer Walker described the layout. She kept the attention of the audience focused on genealogy in the exhibition booth of the Archives Department throughout the day's proceedings.
So we have on the paper, you have everything, either the name of a village, some influential person, some place of attraction. You know, St. Joseph have Bathsheba and Ramada Gardens. You know, there's so much in St. Joseph. And the beautiful thing about the regathering is about the whole thing about reconnecting, right? And getting to know your family, your history, your community. So it's important that we do that.
Q in the Community and 100.7 FM brought diversity to the day, and the sales coordinator of the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, Alicia Hitzen, was in an upbeat mood. She says people seeing each other created the energy for the activities of the day, which she says will go way into the night.
We Gatherin St. Joseph, they have a hype of activity here. They have the genealogy market, they have NTI Star Bajan, they have their unique foods. I mean, we're all Bajan, but everybody cooks differently. So St. Joseph is showing off St. Joseph today. So, you know, we're going to merge our dancing, our karaoke, and everything into what they have today.
And the message from the CBC sales coordinator is to join the merrymaking after Newsnight. Trevor Thorne, CBC News.
And the festivities are still in progress at the Granley Adams Memorial School. A new program will soon be underway to empower young women and equip them with the skills to build a career. The program is named Get Up Girl and is a partnership between O2 Hotels, the Montrose Holding, and the Quava Foundation. The Barbados Labour Party candidate for Christchurch South, Senator Dr. Chantal Munro-Knight, is the patron. The program, which is scheduled to run for 8 Saturdays beginning on May 3rd, will teach the girls various career-building skills as well as allowing them to be mentored by successful women. Speaking at the launch, Dr. Munro-Knight said the program is designed to help women to achieve their goals and open up their mindset to the biggest possibilities in the world.
When I look at young women, and I'm going to just use my community, not that any of them are from there, that I can see young women who previously people would have said to them and about them, right, that they could only have one path. And I want this program to change that for the young women. I want to see, and it doesn't have to be all hummatava, if we just get 10 over the next 3 years of young women who didn't think that they were qualified, didn't think that they could do anything, you know, but have perhaps I'm going to call it like a, you know, low-end job or no employment, that these young women now feel empowered and confident that they can create a different path for themselves and their families. And that's all that I want.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ocean Hotels Barbados, Patricia Afonso Das, says with women playing such a significant role in homes all over Barbados, programs like these are good for empowering them to be great.
Across Barbados, young women play an integral role in homes, businesses, and the communities in which they live and work, and often they're going it alone. Programs like Girl Get Up provide support, training, and exposure to young women are instrumental in fostering confidence, self-reliance, and long-term success. These initiatives help bridge the gap and the gender gap in areas where women have been historically underrepresented, such as leadership, technology, business, entrepreneurship, and hospitality.
Well, back at home, Rico Wiggins and Seth Agard both registered century as Windward took first innings lead against Yorkshire on day 2 of Series 1 in the BCA Elite Division at Lucas Street. Resuming on 178 without loss, Wiggins led with 131 and Agard 100 as Windward reached 344 for 5 at stumps in reply to Yorkshire's 231. Meanwhile, at 3W's Oval, defending champions Wanderers in reply to UE's first innings 291 were 156 for 2. At Dash Valley, Wildy lead Empire by 97 runs. Scores in that one, Empire 89 all out, Wildy 186 for 6. At Forest Square, ESA Field Pickwick trailed Gladiola by 47 runs. Scores, Gladiola 284, Pickwick 237 for 6. At Beccles Road, BCA Youth 319 all out, YMPC 96 for 3 in response. Well, Trinidad and Tobago are 1 win away from their maiden Jean Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball title after beating arch rivals and defending champions Barbados last night at the Willie Gymnasium. In a top-of-the-table clash, Barbados lost 22-39 as TNT led all quarters 9-7, 17-13, and 24-19 before closing out the contest. Goal attack, Cheyenne Lewis was outstanding for the visitors, netting 26 goals from 35 attempts, while for Barbados goal shooter Mikel Aline had 10 from 12. Goal attacks, Taisha Trotman and Tyra Griffith registered 7 goals from 9 attempts and 5 from 5 respectively in that losing effort. Here are some highlights.
That call there was against Barbados in their goal circle. So they lost that, and Trinidad is on their way. Scores. There's just too much congestion in Barbados Circle.
Goalkeeper and goal defense, they're moving too slowly into position. They're going to get the ball when they see it going in the direction, but they're not keeping their eyes on the goal shooter and the goal attack.
Trinidad still have a tremendous amount of space in that goal and that center third, Maureen.
Yes.
Trinidad has gone ahead again.
Because Trinidad scored in it. And
yes.
And there's no way Barbados could get back in seconds now.
That's it.
Well, congratulations.
At the end, congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago. They have
although there's another game.
won the 2025 Jean Pierre Caribbean Netball Youth Championships.
Well, that's our news for tonight. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for tuning in. Good night.